it goes, hey?
See how it goes. All right. We're on. We're recording. And let's see how it goes. Lauren Seymour. Lauren Kate Seymour?
Yeah, Lauren Kate Seymour.
Have you ever thought about dropping the Seymour and just doing Lauren Kate?
Well, I only really brought Kate into the situation when I moved over to London because...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was
before that.
Well, not really. Like, I didn't really make it something before
Yeah.
I moved. I didn't really like Kate before I...
Really?
Yeah, I used to hate it.
Yeah.
But...
It's got a nice ring to it. Lauren Kate.
Lauren Kate, I love it now.
Yeah, Lauren Kate's sexy. Well, that's what I did. I just dropped O's and just said Corey
Yeah,
Blake.
Corey Blake.
And now people, you say Corey Owers. It's only like a few of like the OGs that know me now as Corey Owers. But yeah, Lauren Kate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, people know you as Corey Blake.
Yeah, it's like a Corey Blake thing now.
Yeah.
It's only like you guys and anyone older than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one can say Owers. They keep saying Owens.
Owens.
Shout out to a few of my boys who I hang out with. They used to give me shit at school. Like, there was this guy, my first day year 10, changed schools, and my roll call teacher, for some reason, couldn't even say Corey. He called me Curry, and he went, Curry Owens. And then all my mates at the back were just going, who the fuck is
Curry
this guy?
Owens.
Curry Owens. So, yeah, anyway.
I might go with that from now on. Curry Owens.
Oh, so Lauren, I got you on here though, because you're back in Sydney after 18 months in London.
Yep.
Now, I feel like everyone was following every bit of your steps and movement and all that before you went to London because you were, coming off So You Think and, popularity went up and you had like a nice little kind of kids that were following you all that. So I don't care prior London. I want to talk about leading up to London, what it was like over there, because I know there's a lot of dancers that talk to go, I'm going to move, I'm going to move, I'm going to move.
Yeah.
You used to talk, I'm going to move, I'm going to move. It was a long bill. I remember we used to talk about that a bit.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it.
And then never did. I'm like, Lauren, let's start. And then you did it.
Yeah.
So how was it?
It was the best thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
In every way, shape and form.
Yeah.
It was the most scariest thing though.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone. I got there and I was like, who do I contact?
So did literally no one, when you got there,
Yeah.
like, were people, like, did you like have to go around and shake hands? Like, there was no reputation going in. You could have been coming straight out of a dance school for all they knew. Exactly.
I turned up, I packed my bags, booked the flight.
Wow.
Got there with 2 suitcases. The lifts weren't working at King's Cross Station. Had to farmers carry my suitcases up the stairs by myself, and I was like,
yeah.
oh my god, I don't know anyone. So I kind of just started going to class.
Yeah.
And English people aren't as easygoing as Australians. So I walked
remember
in
you saying that when we were first chatting, when you got over there, you were like, they're not as nice as what I first thought.
They're nice once you get to know them.
Different. Yeah.
It's a different, you get there, you come to a class in Australia, it depends what class obviously, but a lot of people are like, hi, interested in who you are. I got there and everyone was just tunnel vision to who they knew and and so I kind of just got there and was like, cool. I don't know anyone, no one's making an effort, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I took it as I can just focus on what I want to do now.
Craft.
Exactly. So I just turned up to as many classes as I possibly could. Started chit-chatting with people around that kind of actually looked at me and just to suss out what classes were the most popular and stuff like that. And then it went on from there.
Just went from there. Yeah. And was it after the first class, because obviously the talent was there, but was it after the first class that people, when they saw you maybe at the second class, or was it straight after the first class? Did you go chat to the person who was having the class?
Yeah. So every class I went to, I made sure I thanked them personally after, just so they could hear my accent, number one, know my name, or hear me say my name, and say thank you so much for class, I really enjoyed it. This is what I enjoyed about it. So it's not oh, thanks so much for class. I just wanted to be a point of difference so that they would kind of go, oh, that girl from Australia. I came to realise that there were so many Australians over there that kind of just up and left straight away, didn't actually stick it out here before, which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
so there was a lot of Australians. I was like, oh my god, I know you. I did full time back in 2008.
Okay.
So all these people started popping up, but
sick.
It was kind of after my absolute favourite, Sean Niles. I went to Sean Niles' class.
Yep.
There was like, it was packed. It was like this, learning the choreo like this.
So he's the dude, yeah?
He is the man. I went to his class and I asked a question, and obviously my accent was really strong at the time because I had literally just moved there. It was like, "You're from Australia?" Yeah, I am. Yeah. Obviously thinking, oh, my accent. He's like, "Your name's Lauren." And I went...
Oh, and then the whole class just went...
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It was like, "I know you."
Yeah. Oh,
like,
that's pretty cool.
I was like, how do you know me? Anyway, my blood is like pumping. I was like, oh my God, okay, he knows me. He's actually watching me now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, okay, I don't know where, and then I went after class. I was like, how do you know me? Like, he was like, I came to Australia and I did Cisco's class, and we got picked out and we danced next to each other.
Oh, get out.
And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking Cisco Francisco.
Oh,
like,
what's Cisco they're talking about?
They're talking about Cisco Gomez.
Oh.
So he's taught years ago.
Oh, that's gone way back.
Yeah, when I had like my short hair.
That's that's the cutting angles.
That's the
one.
I
need to try to find a photo of that.
No, you will not find a photo. I deleted all of that.
Oh no. Okay. So that's way back.
Yeah, way back. I was like, how did you remember me? I look totally different. He's like, my memory's great.
Yeah.
So then, like, I absolutely loved his class.
So what's this dude doing? Is he just like got a mad open class, or is he working as well?
No, he's working, and he's actually coming to Australia.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna post the date soon, but
hectic.
He's on tour with Kylie Minogue at the moment. He does a lot of work. He works a lot with Ash Wallen, who is an Australian who works over there.
Yep.
He's a dancer.
Yeah, mad.
/ choreographer / awesome human being.
But London is now his. So is he British?
He's British.
So he was out here travelling?
Yes, with Cisco Gomez years ago.
Oh, so he was with Cisco?
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, okay, cool. So that's pretty, so that was a bit of a turning point.
Well, yeah, I think like that kind of helped me, my kind of self-esteem, like in the, like, I just thought, okay, he knows who I am.
Yeah.
I can ask a lot of questions. I can learn about like London through him and stuff like that. And then I think he was lucky enough that he introduced me to other people, and that created friendships and different connections, and kind of just went on from there.
Cool. So when you were doing all the classes and all that, I think there's a lot of people listening to this that could probably resonate that same game plan here, is that you can be the best dancer, but if nobody knows you, there's really no point. So you really have to get yourself out there. So you could definitely do that here in Sydney. There's a lot of young people going out there. And I know a lot of people preach it, but that's kind of proof that you kind of humbled yourself back down to square one, got back into classes, started shaking some hands and stuff like that. And how did representation go from there? Like, were you already sourcing that from here, or did you get over there? Run me through all that.
So PJ from Jeep helped me a lot with kind of just the connections in who to contact, really. He kind of wrote me a list, and just from like previous people that have moved over there and done it, which that helped. But then it was the fact of I actually had to get in contact with them.
Yeah.
So I'd sent everyone over there. You can have more than one agent.
Yeah, and I want to touch on that because, how does that go?
So musical theatre, you can only have one.
Yeah.
I'm not musical theatre. I was like primarily commercial.
You're not booking any singing, no?
Do you want to sing? I might break this week. No, so I'm primarily commercial. So over there, you can have as many as you can get, really.
Okay.
So I just emailed everyone. I thought if I email everyone and I get at least one response.
Yeah.
So many people that I kind of spoke to were like, don't expect a response. Like, you won't get a response. So there's so many people in all the agencies, you won't get a response. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I'll send it every 2 weeks until they respond to me. Because I'm here on a mission. I want to work. I know I can. I know I've worked at home. I know I can. You know what I mean? So I sent 15 emails.
Yeah.
No response.
Huh.
Great. Let's just keep going to class. Keep trying to meet people that way. And then 2 weeks later, I sent it again. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to find a house to live in.
Get out.
I'm living on the couch of Tom Romali.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, was he still over there doing his MJ thing?
Yeah,
right.
he was still over there. So I lived in his lounge room, which was in London, there's so many like underground rooms, so there was no windows, just like sleeping on the couch.
Dungeon. Yeah.
Stay there for about 3 weeks. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
He's a legend, Tom. I've known
he's awesome.
I did my first ever job with Jeep with Tom.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
Yeah.
Love him. Yeah.
So it's great to have him as a friend over there. Just come to class with me. He was obviously doing his thing. He started training in circus and stuff like that while I was over there. So he was busy. I kind of had my own time to look for a house and blah, blah. Anyway, back to the agency. So I sent out emails again 2 weeks later, and a few responses came through saying our auditions are here, our auditions were last week, our auditions were there, and I was like, okay, no worries. I sent through, there's an agency called Coots, which is like Jerry Reeve and Ash Wallen own Coots, and they're absolute legends. They don't have a website, so I tried to search for like emails and stuff and sent an email, and then his response back to me was, "You're already on my radar." Wow, okay.
Great.
Cool, so no meeting or anything.
Yeah.
It's like very laid back. Like,
wow, okay.
Didn't really know what was happening, but
and this was Coots.
This was Coots, yeah.
Okay.
I actually found out later from PJ that Ash Wallen, living in Australia, used to say this word, Coots, that's Coots.
Oh,
and they've actually named it from there, so that was really cool.
How funny.
Yeah, and then I emailed AMCK, which is one of the main ones, and I got an email back. This is the 2 weeks later. I got an email back with within an hour. Like, why didn't you do this?
How deep are you into staying in London at this point? Is this 2 weeks?
This is this is about
a month
maybe
in?
a month. Yeah,
a month.
maybe about a month in. And AMCK emailed back straight away. It's like, come in on Monday. Oh, okay, great.
Nice.
So I go in on Monday, and they actually, I felt so safe in that interview because they knew everything about me. They had studied what I had done. They read all my references. And they were like, "This, how was this? How was that?" I was like, "This is really cool."
Nice.
Everyone tells me that there's so many people in everyone's books that they don't really know who's who. So I felt really comfortable. I was like, "This is great." How do I go about things? As you can see, I've done all of this, and they were really good in the fact that we've seen you've done all the work. We'd like to just push you for the big job straight away. Thank you, that would be amazing. Obviously, I knew I had to do the hard yards. I had to earn my stripes, and obviously went into auditions with respect and knowing that I had just moved over there. I'm not gonna just stamp in and
be a bit of a presence straight up. Yeah.
But they were really great with all of my knowledge and everything like that, and they advised me to do Jaquel Knight's workshop. So Jaquel is Beyonce's choreographer from LA.
He sounds like he is, but how's that for a name? Jaquel.
Jaquel, yeah. And he represents that name, Jaquel Knight. So he was coming to London and doing a 5-day workshop.
Yeah.
And I always kind of had some what's the word?
Connection? Or
I felt a bit questioning if they were going to give what they...
Yeah, what they were actually going to say.
Yeah.
If they're going to follow up.
So I was like, £450, that's a lot.
It's a goddamn home loan over here.
Yeah. It was a whole month's rent for me at the time. It was like, do I really want to pay that for that? Yeah. They were like, yes, you should. You should consider it. So I called my mum. I was like, Mum, do I do it? Do I invest? Skeptical is the word.
Skeptical.
I felt a bit skeptical in how much they were going to give me. So I was like, okay, look, I'm going to invest. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my face there. So then we get to this workshop, and there's about 150 of us in this one room. We sit in a circle. We have to say our name, where we're from, and what we want out of the week.
Right.
And so it was going around. It got to this girl. Her name was Elise, and she said, "Hi, I'm Elise. I'm from Leicester, and I would absolutely love the opportunity to work for you." And that was why.
Really cut to it.
And I went,
"That's cool.
Oh my God.
Bitch took my line."
Yes, pretty much. That's what I want to say. So I was racking my brain, how do I say that but not copy her? she was the only one that said it, and it went around the line. I want to learn. I want to learn a lot. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah. No shit. That's what you hear. Yeah.
There was only one other Australian in the group. It was Emery Linfors, but she's living in LA, so he knew her already.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I can use this like Australian. I've just come from Australia a month ago, and I'll say, I kind of just said, I can't remember the words I used, but I would love the opportunity to work for you, but in a different way to Elise said. And he was like, okay, next. I was like, all right.
Damn.
And then the week went on, and I felt really, I found myself watching the assistant, Darina. I've watched how she worked with him and how I knew she knew what to say to help him if he was stuck or anything.
No, that's all good assistance.
Yeah. I was like, I know, like, I've obviously assisted here before I left. I was like, I found it more interesting watching her than watching him teach us the movement. And he did stuff like, he taught us a routine all day one. Day two, we stuck with the same routine, but he split us into 9 groups and patterned it all. And so I was lucky enough to be in that first group, and he patterned like where we had to be, like change the choreography and stuff. And in my mind, because I was a experienced dancer, I was watching the other side going, oh, that person's gone that way. And he'd go, okay, so where do you think you're going to go? And girls would just look at him and go like that. And I'm thinking in my head, you'd go front and right because the opposite side, blah, blah. So just having all these things in my mind, writing down notes, like
was he a warm character? Like when he would ask that question, would he do it in a manner that he knew just to try to catch you off guard? Or he wasn't genuine, like, now what do you think? He just like, yo, so we're best now, like really throw it back at you. Right.
So he'd throw it
just to see who was
kind of a smart dancer.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so that opened me up to a lot of like what was around me and knowing like, okay, so I know I have that. I know I've learned that back in Australia, like being a smart dancer and kind of like obviously not jumping ahead to prove that you know what you're talking about, but just letting him ask you, and know, okay, I'd move forward and side, blah, blah. So anyway, that was day 2. Day 3, we had a mock audition.
Right.
I absolutely, like, just stuffed it up.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean you stuffed it up? How do you stuff it up?
I had a really bad morning.
Yeah.
I got to the audition. I didn't feel comfortable in what I was wearing. I didn't learn the choreography. Like, I was so, like, lost.
You lost in the room.
Yeah, and you know those times where you're, like, you're learning the choreo.
Yeah.
But you're not putting it in.
No, 100%. You're not actually thinking about it.
Yeah, but I didn't realise that until I stepped into the room to do it.
Shit.
And I went, oh my God, I haven't learnt it. There was like a freestyle part at the start, and this girl in front of me was absolutely living. And I was like trying to give it like, yes. Jesus. And I saw them watching her.
I hate that.
And it just twisted my mind, and I went, I fucked it.
Defeated yourself.
Yeah, I can't do it. And then the choreography just didn't come out, did it?
Oh, no.
But I think it was one of those things that you think the choreography's not coming out, but I was actually doing it.
Yeah, like, I was about to say, I'm sure you were fine, but like...
Yeah, but I was not okay. I was not fine.
Damn.
So then I really sucked that up. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go home. I didn't speak to him after. I was like, I didn't want to give him the energy that... Like, he would have taken the energy I had as a...
Yeah, then we would have gone, God, that Lauren's a bit mopey.
Exactly. And I was like, I'm not going to give him that energy because I've given him good energy every other day, so I'm just going to go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Everyone watching this, just remember, shit happens. Okay? Yeah. Shit happens to the best of us. So many people break this, they're like, oh my God, I had a bad audition.
Yeah.
Who cares? Get back on the horse. We all have shit ones.
Exactly.
Anyway, so keep going. So you didn't talk to him. You're like,
didn't talk to him. I was like, I'm not going to give him bad energy. He's going to take it the wrong way. Went home.
Went back to the basement.
Went back to the basement. No, I had a house by then.
Oh, okay.
I was living in the lounge room of someone else's house. So I went home.
That was day 3.
That was day 3. Oh, sorry, day 4. That was day 4.
So you got one more day left.
One more day.
To get the energy back.
Yeah. Came back, day 5, and we had to do the first choreography that we learned day 1.
Okay.
But in the patterned things.
Yeah.
But he put us in different groups and put us in different positions.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, thank God I watched that other side, because I feel like everyone else is going,
what?
I don't know that spot. spot. I don't know that spot. I only know my spot.
Yeah.
And so I was ready to be put in any spot. I was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I know that went that way. I can, hopefully I'm not in the first group. I can do it. So then he went in the same order as the audition.
Okay.
But people were away. So when I realised that he was going in the same order as the audition, I was like, that girl's in front of me. My head was still stuck on the fact that they loved her and I stuffed up. But then some people were away, so I ended up not in her group.
Okay.
And I got put in the centre.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh my God, she just goes, the centre person just goes forward and back. Then I realised, as I'm doing the first verse, that the second verse, so we're into the chorus, the second verse was boys, but there was no boys in my group. Oh. So I'm going, all the girls run off, all the girls go boom and go off. I was like, I'm not going off. Oh. I'm in the centre. I'm just gonna feel the music. So in my head I'm going, this is a choice. This could be a really great choice or a really, really bad choice. Yeah. So you better nail it. Like
if you're gonna go there, go there.
So then all the girls walked off and my head just went, oh my God, I'm on here by myself. I did like 2 lots of 8, 1 lot of 8 really, and then looked at him the whole time and walked off because he had said before, eye contact's great, whereas some people, you never know. Like
that's huge. I think eye contact's everything.
Yeah, but you know how sometimes you're sitting at the desk and they're like, oh, why?
Oh, it's a bit too much. Yeah.
So then when I heard him say, I love eye contact, I was like, okay, I'm going to give it to him then.
Yeah.
Eye contact, walked off, came back on, nailed the last part, and then finished. I was like,
felt good.
I felt good, but I had burnt my esophagus because I was like, so bad that I was like, oh my God, I need water.
Yeah.
So then they were giving like criticism and stuff, and he got to me and he was like, that was a bold choice.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my God, he hated it.
Yeah, that's like, that's like...
Yeah. And then I kind of just like looked and everyone was silent. He was like, but it worked.
Yeah.
I was like,
God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I sat down. And then at the end of that, it was like questions and stuff. And I asked all questions that I knew I wanted to know for my future. So like when I came back here, what worked for him to become that successful and all that stuff. Not necessarily just about work because I didn't really need to ask those questions. And so then that happened. And then a week later, I got an email for a job with him.
Wow.
And then those dates kept me up until December. So I got there in June, kind of did this in maybe it was July.
Yep.
And then I had hold dates until December.
Wow.
I was like...
Amazing.
Must have done something right. The other girl that got hold dates was Elise.
That girl, right. And are you good with her now? Or do you still look at it? Okay, sweet.
Yeah. But we both... No, as in we're on the same job. We both got booked.
Is that the girl that threw you off in the audition?
No, that's the girl that said I would love to work for you.
Yeah, right.
In the
did she get put on hold?
Day. Yeah.
She did, so she was on the gigs as well.
So we were the only 2 that got booked originally from that group.
Wow.
I was like, we were laughing about it. We were like, we're the only 2 that said we'd love to work with you, and then...
Have you said to that girl, or her, what's her name?
Elise.
Did you say, I was a hot mess in that audition and you were killing it?
No, that's a different girl.
No, that's a different... So that girl didn't get anything?
No, she had... Yeah. So that girl didn't get anything. It was the
other girl who said I want to work for you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How funny.
Yeah.
How
so then,
funny.
they were all those hold dates were for Liam Payne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I got to work with Liam Payne, and I think working like One Direction.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, mad.
So I think working for him, I think English choreographers went, this Jaquel is booking Lauren. I think I can trust her, kind of thing. And then
And it really does take one to get the ball rolling. I always say that you really need to get something under your belt for everyone to kind of sit up and kind of check you out. Which sucks that there are some people that need. Yeah, because it's just like this circle going, But I love, God, I really hope there's some people listening to this, like that. They might leave full time or they might finish their training. They don't get an agent in the first month, and they go, fuck it, I'm going to go work at Super.
Yeah. No, you have to put in the work, and you need to...
And I love the point you touched on with how many times you hit up agents.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because I've done similar stuff with my modelling where it didn't happen straight away, and I had to keep badgering.
Yeah.
Like the agency I'm with now, it took me 4 goes, I think, or 3 goes. It took me a while to get into it. Like you get a lot of no's, but
and there were some people that you're not right for our books. Okay, that's okay. And then I was like, it takes like rejection is something that we always have to deal with, and those first rejections are a big blow. Like I remember before London. I remember I did an audition for Square Division. It was one of my first auditions. And again, I stuffed up.
I fucked up my first one with them badly.
Oh my God. And you get so in your head, don't you? And then that kind of like was a detriment to me because in my head, I was like, they hate me, they hate me, they hate me.
Yeah.
Where really, I was just not right for the jobs that they were booking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it takes a while to learn that. Like, especially coming out of full time, like you're on your peak. Like you've trained... You've done all your dance school training, and then
physicality-wise, you're not going to get any better.
You don't get any better. But yeah, those first blows are like, is this right for me?
In saying that, you were peaking in So You Think.
That was still 3 years after.
Full time. Like your ability, the way you're feeling in your body, you were training, like you were really kind of taking yourself there.
I think because when I decided I wanted to audition for it, I was like, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
I need to, and because it was a solo competition, like, I mean, we do get partnered, but I needed to present my best self because I was going as Lauren, I wasn't going as a group.
Actually, and it wasn't really anything that I actually was thinking about talking about, but talking about like our bodies and all that, you did lose a shit ton of weight there at one stage.
Yeah.
Now, was that, did you do that so you could make yourself more employable?
Yeah, pretty much. But
or was it health, or was it a lifestyle because you were deep in the F45 world there?
Yeah, it was more like I've got a very muscly figure.
Yeah, build,
But if you don't train that, then it looks fat.
Yeah, right.
And I know I'm not fat. I know I'm not.
No.
Like I know I'm not. But if you don't tone don't tone the muscle, then it looks fat. So I was like, you know what? I'm not happy. I didn't feel like I was booking enough. That I thought I could have done. I started Pilates first. I was like, I'm gonna get that. I started to love it. I started to love how I felt after I trained. And then I fell in love with F45, and that just completely transformed my whole like figure. And then I felt more confident in my everyday, like, I turn up to an audition going, I know I feel good in what I'm wearing. I didn't have any kind of, like, thoughts that would detriment my performance. It was just kind of, like, finding...
And did anyone ever say that? Like, was there something that maybe your mum just said, hey, Loz, maybe we should look at the way you're looking at the moment? Was there a choreographer? Or was it just you? You looked in the mirror and you went, fuck it, I got to sort this out.
It was actually PJ, my agent, that went, like, because I went to him, I said, why aren't I booking? So why wasn't I on that job? Like, I feel like I'm talented enough. I felt like my dance ability was there. And he said, do you want me to be honest? I said, yes, I want you to be honest. He said, there is nothing like he kind of just said, please do not take this like in the wrong way. You've asked me to be honest, and this is my role.
Did you know in the back of your head what he was going to say straight away?
I knew.
Yeah, right.
I knew what I had to fix deep down. But I needed someone to say, you need to tone your body.
Yeah, right.
Like, it was like I didn't have the knowledge as to how to fix my type of body.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I knew what type of body I had, but I didn't know what I had to do to make it look good.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was like, get to Pilates, get to toning your muscles, go...
Do this type of stuff.
Don't not eat.
Yeah,
don't not do this because it's going to ruin...
Yeah.
It's going to ruin your mind.
It's such short-lived as well. Like,
exactly. Like, it doesn't...
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And when I think of PJ, I think of the word longevity.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Like, the one thing he taught me from the very start, and he's taught a lot of people this, is longevity in your career, in your health, in your lifestyle, in everything. Just, you need to look at how you're going to elongate what you want in life. rather than just like this is what I want now, so do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't last.
It's not a race.
Exactly.
This industry is definitely, I mean, you can make it not a race. Some people make it a race.
Some people make a race
and
they're hot at the minute, and like
it's
this
a 100-meter sprint.
Exactly, and it's like, yeah, that's great for the little like instant gratification, but longevity is everything.
If it wouldn't come across as being so bitchy, but I would love to do a where are they now type of thing.
Yeah.
But it would come across real bad, but I just think it'd be interesting to know some people that I know there are a lot of people that, you know, they were the flavour of the month, and then all of a sudden, who knows what they're like, I don't know what they're doing. Hence why I'd love to do a where are they now. But I think that's cool. I love that deep down you knew, and I think there's a lot of people out there, and I take this, there was a group I took last year at Eddinghausen's, and it was the first thing that I said, there was so much talent in that room. I felt like everyone in the room could book a goddamn gig, but no one was being honest with themselves physicality-wise. Yeah. No one was actually... And only because I've been in that point as well, where I had to do a self-test, and I just had to take a photo, a little Polaroid or whatever. And and I took my shirt off, blah, 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 and I was there tensing. I was like, fuck, I haven't tensed this up. Like, I really got to tense right now. Like, I never used to have to do that. I used to just be able to chill and it was all there. So then that was maybe 3 years ago, and I made some like conscious decisions myself on, you know, how to make sure to keep my body. But so I think I think there's a lot of people that you can wait for someone to give you that, and sometimes you need that.
Some people need it. I absolutely needed it.
You needed it. But it's just funny deep down, you knew that that's what it was going to be, but it took someone. That's cool. That's cool.
So I'm grateful for that, because without his advice in that like area, I don't think I would have been successful. Yeah. Not as successful as I am now. It's like not because that booked me more work, but because it changed my mind frame. In how I looked at my work. In how I eventually realized that yes, our body, our figure, our presentation is our product. Like, we are selling this. You know what I mean? And if that's not on top notch, then you're not selling your best product. It's like going to a cheap hotel instead of you know 100%. What I mean? I always make a bit of an analogy of that. Is like, if there's a bottle of Coke on the shelf, it's the exact same product, but yet one sticker is a little bit ripped off and crooked. No one's going to pick that. It's the same shit. But no one's going to pick that one. The other one has to be, you know, you have to, cool. So no, I like that you kind of took it there. But also want to ask, so the Lauren that went over, now the one that came back. Completely different. Completely different.
What happened? Was there a turning point, or how are you viewing everything now?
So before I left, I was very complacent. I was very like, dance is what I do. I've never had a normal job, so it's all I know. But I know I can do more, and I just want to do it. I focus a lot of my energy on being happy in life. Rather than focusing my carear. Now
you do that.
I used to before I left, and there's nothing wrong with that. I found that as an advantage sometimes. But like, I had my best friend Tash Marconi. Career. I used to look at that and go, oh my god, I wish I could do that. Because with the focus on her career that she had, she was like, in my mind at that time, was more successful. But it was just because she put all of her energy into that. And that was fine, but I also was like, no, I feel like I was like, no, it doesn't actually, like, going to the beach with my friends or sitting watching television made me happy as well. Before I left, I found that as a lazy, excuse. I was made to believe as I was making excuses, I was not motivated, I was lazy. So then when I actually like got my ass into gear and booked my flight and got my visa done, I got there, my fiance was still at home, I was me, myself and I, and my career, and that's all I had. I was like, oh my gosh, I am hungry, I'm hungry to work. I called Tash, I was like, Tash, I'm hungry to work. Like, light bulb moment. I understand why this is what you feel like. And so I spent 18 months on a mission. I didn't really have a time frame. I was like, I want to work. I'm hungry to work. I know I can. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. I didn't go to make friends. I went to work. So the friends that I did make are so special to me.
That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You realise how much you want it when you're not there to catch up with your friends.
Exactly. And when I didn't have my comfort, I'll just go home, watch a DVD and hug Michael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was so much comfort in that. And because I found so much happiness in normal day life, I didn't really spend too much, like, I did, but...
It was different.
It was
different energy.
Exactly. So then I put all my effort into career.
Yep.
I went, oh my God, this is great. I was booking, I was waiting for that email. When I got that email, it was great. Then I got so enthused in that because it would suck because I missed my family. And it was like, I hated missing my family. I was like, what am I doing? Every day I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here by
And that
myself?
would have been pretty early on in the piece, hey? You would have questioned that a lot.
Yeah, well, the whole time.
Oh, still the whole time?
The whole time, I still was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing? But I knew I was so happy in my career that I couldn't go home yet. So early on, I was talking to the friends that I made, and they're like, how are you going to go home? I was like, I don't know. I speak to Michael, I'm like, can we please not talk about when my end date is? Because I can't. I can't see that in the future. And that obviously was hard on us because, like, I mean, he's kind of waiting for me.
Yeah.
But he was an absolute gem because he never once said, no, you need to come home. No, we need to sort out a date.
You got a good egg there.
A very good egg.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was hard, but focusing all of that. And then I kind of was like, I was booking all these jobs, TV, live performance, festival type jobs.
You're doing some great work.
I got so much opportunity, and because I had so many agents, they all kind of go off different things.
Yeah.
So I ended up...
so how many agents did you get in the end?
I think I ended up with like 6 or 7.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like, you kind of work out where your loyalty lies, like who gives you the more work and who kind of pushes you for more work. The thing with having so many agents was they can't fight for money for you because they would just go to the next agent. Like the client would just go to the next agent. So there were certain choreographers that were based on like particular agents. So my 2 main ones, I mean, I had 3 main, but my 2 main were AMCK and Coots. And then there was Mass Movement, who got me my first few jobs and a few other jobs as well. But it was mainly AMCK and Coots that I was in contact with.
Different tiers of agencies, you feel?
Yes, but in different ways. They've all got their strengths. They've all got their strengths. So AMCK was mainly the big artists, the big like international artists. Coots was like all kind of some international artists, but more the in-house kind of thing. So like The Voice, The X Factor,
just
Kylie Minogue, all the things that were kind of like Kylie Minogue was international, but all the things that were more English.
Just like localized entertainment.
Which there was so much of that. Mass Movement was kind of more modeling, TVC, music video type stuff.
Commercial world.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they were my 3 kind of.
So there's so much work over there that an agency can
go, this is what we offer. I mean, they all do everything.
Yeah, I know, but like they really play to their strengths.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So then it wasn't until I got an email from AMCK about a movie. I was like, this is different. A movie from AMCK, like, okay, well, cool, what's it about? It's called Rocket Man.
I just saw you on TV this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, it was on Channel 10.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's the money shot. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even care if I'm seen in the movie. I got the trailer. That's all about it.
Goddamn promo. Yeah.
So I got this email. Auditions on Friday. We'll let you know what time. Are you interested? Yes, I'm interested. Was like, I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I'll just go for it. Then it got to We've been talking for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know, I always check up. Time flies. Time flies.
Far out.
Yeah, I know. And so people come on here and they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I'm so nervous. I'm like, yeah, no, you'll be sweet. And then I ask like, and then you get lost chatting.
You get lost, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so you got for this audition.
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
It was the most fun audition I've ever been in.
And you booked it?
I booked it.
Yeah.
Like, I was at the audition going, who is this choreographer? Like, I'm still learning things. Like, this is like a year into it.
Yeah, right.
Who is this choreographer? Everyone around was like, we don't know.
Oh.
I'm like, how do you not know? He's English.
Yeah.
How do you not know this choreographer?
Yeah.
But it was just a different, because it was like more musical theatre kind of movie. Like there's this crew there's this group that do that mainly, but it was more of like a contemporary-ish commercial
that's
casting.
Like, that's
so
you.
I was like, this is and it was a very very contemporary based, more like
free flowing or that?
Yeah, like more character based. So
cool.
you had to pretend that you were high in a club. You had to pretend that you were throwing drugs across to your mate, or you were drinking alcohol. It was like very character based, but with choreography.
Yeah.
And it was hard for a lot of people because they were worried about the 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
They didn't really get what they were looking at.
They didn't, and Adam Murray, who's a choreographer, so many times said, I don't care about the height of the leg. I want to see you literally falling over drunk. And I just went, oh, I've been drunk.
Done that.
Been there, done that. I'm going to kick my leg like I think I've got the flexibility.
You know.
So I just kind of took on that character, and then, I got booked. And
great.
And I was...
how long did that shoot for?
That shot for maybe about... So that was May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months.
Wow.
But it was in and out, so like...
of course. Yeah.
We'd rehearse for like, say, 2 weeks for one number, and then that filming was like not until like mid-October, or then we'd rehearse for the next number, and I was fortunate enough to be in 4 numbers, which was really awesome because it was a different kind of feel for every number.
Yeah.
My favourite was Benny and the Jets.
Dope song.
It's like a Studio 54 based, like, because he spent a lot of his time in Studio 54, and it's kind of just drug, sex and alcohol and dance on the dance floor. It's like really cool. I have this like one part that I think that would be shown. I don't think it's for the kids. There's like just scoop up a whole thing of drugs for Elton, and Taron Egerton is the actor, and I was like,
he's really growing on me, that dude. I used to just think he was what's his name, what's it called? I forgot.
The Kingsman.
The Kingsman.
Yeah.
I always think he was just that and just never anything else. But he's doing some great work.
He sings all the tracks.
That's what this thing was this morning, and then I was just saying how Elton was actually loving what he was doing with it, which is funny because we had Bohemian Rhapsody where they had to mash up his voice, another singer, and Freddie, where he's just gone.
He's just sung the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. He's a real. You know, like kind of.
I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but
yeah.
I mean, I made the trailer.
Yeah, you made the trailer.
I was so happy because there was an extra trailer filming that I didn't get asked to do. So, oh damn, not in the trailer. That's alright. Hopefully I get a little back shot in the movie, and then I made the trailer. So
I saw it in the movie, so I saw the trailer. I was just like, holy shit! I'm just going, Lauren's fucking killing it.
Yeah. So that comes out, I think, in Europe May 31st. It's just been like announced the last few days. So
that was a mad experience.
Yeah, that was. So then when I booked that, that's when my mind kind of started to transform and went, I'm okay to go home now.
Yeah, because I want to ask that, is there any part of you that's like, because I know there was a big thing before you left.
Yeah.
It was like, am I good enough?
Yeah.
Can I do this? Now that you've done it, is there any other boxes that left to be ticked over there, or are you happy to leave that?
I would love to do a tour. I'd love to sleep on a tour bus. I know it probably would be uncomfortable, but I'd love that opportunity. But there's nothing in me today that regrets leaving when I did. And there's nothing in me that's like, oh, I haven't fulfilled what I've done. I think because I I like to set goals, but I don't like to write them down and look at them every day and go, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want.
Right.
I feel like when I did do that as a teenager and growing up,
Just never worked.
It just never worked, and it just made me more disappointed than what I started with. You know,
I'm glad you said that, because there's a lot of people, I think, a lot of young dancers coming up and entertainers where they that is a big thing.
Yeah.
Write it down. And I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but you just got to be real with yourself and what's working. Like, don't, you know, don't like start going at something if it's not working. Like, start looking at different avenues, how you can do pro stuff. So that's cool you did that.
Well, I think I do write stuff down. I do know what I want to do, and I do know the direction that I'm taking. But I just feel there's more happiness in things that come across that you least expected, or I just feel like I appreciate those moments a lot. So yeah, I kind of feel like when I ticked off that movie, I was like, oh, I'm okay. Like, I really am happy. I'm like, I've come over here and I've done all this work in such a short amount of time. Like, all of my friends that I made there, they're like, you don't understand. People don't do that. So hearing that really humbled me and went, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked with the opportunities that have been thrown my way. And and there's obviously, like, with opportunity, you need to then impress at that opportunity. Like, you need to get there and obviously show what you have and make the right choices and stuff. And I'm just really like, I mean, I just kind of pat myself on the back and went, you've done really well. Thanks.
You have done very well.
I'm so just really happy and grateful that, like, all these things put me in that kind of mind.
Tell me about you, there's like travel, I think any type of travel always does that to people. There is a further sense of maturity, and you've always been quite level-headed growing up and all that. Even, you know, where everyone would be a bit of a hot mess, you always seem to kind of be, you know, quite level-headed.
I mean, that's what it seems.
That's what it seems. Perception's reality. But you're back now. Yeah. You were going over there, you know, before you left, loving your cuddles and all that type of thing. That was, you know, your kind of go-to. You went over there career-driven, kicked some major goals, happy to come home. You're coming home now. Are you, I mean, obviously you got to get married. That needs to happen.
Yeah,
so,
finally.
Yeah, finally. You got to get married.
Yeah.
But after that type of stuff, I know you're going into another dance show. You're going, We Are.
Yeah, we're doing We Are.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Stephen. I was so excited to get back in the room with him.
Yeah.
He's my OG. He's my ultimate.
Yeah. So you're going into that type of stuff. Are you going back into now kind of doing, like, obviously a good body of work? You know, you're in a position now where I feel you can pick and choose some great body of work. Again, we will have to earn some money too. Yeah. Before we went on, you were mentioning you'd love to get into some, like, producing stuff and TV lines. So you're going to try swoop in through your dance credentials to get in that.
Yeah, limelight? I feel like I can. I mean, this is where I see kind of. I know that I want to be in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
I know that I can't dance forever.
Yep.
Coming back from London, I feel okay not dancing. I thought that I would miss it. I thought that I would want to be booked as a dancer a lot more. But now I'm comfortable with being on the other side. I don't see myself as a choreographer. I don't see myself as, like, what Mitch Woodcock or the Scred Division or Will Saban. I don't see that for myself. And I was a bit worried that, like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I feel safe in the fact that I will make something work in the entertainment industry. And I feel like I want to use my knowledge and use my kind of all my experience to tap into, like, the TV avenue, say in, like, kind of follow the footsteps of, say, Leanne Cherney, or like Lee Aaron Berry, who's not dance based, but kind of start as even like I'm even happy to, like, start as a runner. Yeah. Just in that TV world, like, it enthuses me so much to be around that back like behind the scenes type of stuff.
That's what I love, and I think it's a quality that comes with longevity, and this is something we spoke about earlier, is that straight away we're talking about a different career now, and you went, you know, I'm happy to be square one, I'll go get coffees, I'll go get, like, there has to be that quality where you have to know where you're at. Yeah.
I mean, like, as you said, I'm talking a different career.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not really a different, like I know it's different.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as...
You have to earn your stripes again.
Yeah.
You might have to earn your stripes again.
Yeah. I mean, I will have to.
Yeah, you will.
But just like every time I'm on set, like every time I'm in that kind of environment, I'm so excited. And I kind of just saw that as like, I'm on set, I'm a dancer. Yeah. But now that I've had more experience and done a few more things on the other side... You weren't
really looking at the lights for this one. You were looking at the whole thing.
I think all of that experience has built up to like... I really enjoy that, and I would love to learn a bit more about that and hopefully take that career change, you know. But I mean, as I said, I go with the flow, and if I'm going to tap my toes into it and see if I enjoy it, and if I don't, then I'll find something else in this entertainment industry that keeps me going.
But you're not hanging up the dance shoes, are you?
No, I don't want to.
No.
I don't want to stop dancing, and I don't think you can say I'm not dancing anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's in our blood. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I don't know if I can. I can't say I'm never dancing again.
Yeah.
Because it's like that is what.
Yeah.
Like that is the ultimate kind of thrill.
Yeah.
Is the performing part of things.
But I'd like to think you've ticked. So we've got this world tour box that's kind of sitting over there, but you know what, you're happy if that really doesn't happen. But if it happens, that would be sick.
That would be awesome.
That's a big old cherry on top. We'll take that. But I'd like to think you're happy with what you did in Australia, dance-wise.
Yeah. I'm glad I made my name here before I left.
Yeah, so that's it. Now, do you feel like your rise in the UK, would that have happened if you didn't have the CV?
I don't think so.
Right.
Well, not necessarily the CV that I had. It was more the experience that I had gained from my work in Australia that helped me.
How old are you?
I have to think about that. Yeah. I'm turning 28.
Turning 28?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and you started young. You were like
I got my
17,
first job,
16?
lucky enough, when I was 18, full-time. Yeah.
Right. So, 18, was that the movie?
Yeah, Happy Feet.
Yeah,
Happy Feet too.
Happy Feet. I was thinking of the other one.
Oh, The Goddess?
The Goddess.
Yeah, no.
That was on TV the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cracker.
Just speaking of all the movies.
Yeah, speaking of all the movies, yeah. Oh, goddamn movie stars. So you plugged away at this, let's say the best part of 10 years, and then let's say 9 years.
Yeah.
Probably fair to say the last 2 years of you being when you were really booking some work that you were probably aspiring to, like you mentioned Squared, they were always, I know, just knowing you, they were always people that you would have loved to have maybe worked a little bit more for that you weren't.
Yeah.
So you were doing all that. So it took you a long time to be the person that you are, to then go over there.
Exactly.
To then do it all again.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, you accelerated through, 18 months. Then what took you 10 years here, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I...
So it wasn't the body of work that necessarily got you over there, it was just the person that you were.
Yeah, I think it was everything that I had learnt within that body of work that helped me get there.
Right.
I did learn that AMCK replied straight away because of my Paula Abdul reference. I was like, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
But... I think that's kind of the only really thing that they went, like most didn't know that I had been through So You Think and Dance. It took like a year for them friendship conversations to go, what did you do in Australia? And I'd like kind of say the things I did, and I was like, oh, I did So You Think and Dance. I'm like, oh really? Like, yeah, I did. I got second. I like to think highest female.
Yeah.
But
I've actually said to a few times, I love that Lauren won that, and I think,
no, I didn't.
But I always think that in my head you won.
Well,
highest female.
Closest female.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it wasn't a kind of common knowledge that got me that job.
Because there's so many good dancers here, and I look at them and they're like, oh, Corey, what do? I audition for this, haven't heard anything, and like they keep. Because, naturally with some of my teaching that I do now, I'm helping a lot of people. I like to think these podcasts help people.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'll go, well, why don't you just get out of here?
Yeah.
But I've never danced overseas. I've done other stuff overseas, but as a dancer, I've never been in that realm. Have you been to LA?
Training? I have. I trained for 4 months.
So in terms of energy-wise, because I even recommend some people, I'm like, if you really want to get better at your craft, maybe save the money on full-time, go to Japan for 6 months and go train there, because there's some killers over there. Would you recommend if they've kind of knocked on every door here maybe 3 times, which I don't think anyone has knocked on the same door 3 times here yet. I still haven't come across anyone younger that has really gone that deep into it. Would you recommend to get over there to UK?
Yeah, for sure. I think that, there's so much opportunity over there, and there's so much room for finding what you want to do in the entertainment industry that anyone can go over there and make what they want of it. Does that make sense? It's so hard. It is so hard to actually get your foot in there. But there's people
more dancers?
There's so many There's so many more. It's a different, it feels different over there. Because there's a community of class every night, there's always industry things happening, where it's so dribs and drabs in Australia at the moment that it's hard to keep a constant fight for it.
Yeah. There's no momentum here. It comes in waves.
That's what. There's no momentum. Which I would hope that coming back, I want to try and help create. By bringing people from London to Australia and building a more class schedule. That's something little I'd like to bring to Australia and bring back to Australia, really.
Could you see yourself being an agent?
I don't know. I look at what PJ does and I look at what Nikki and all the agents over there and I'm like...
Okay, so you had 6 agents over there and you had one here. You saw different personalities, the way they run their books. Everyone does it differently.
Everyone does it differently.
Do you feel and I'm not saying you're going to start your own agency, but is there something that,
I think maybe...
talent
I've never really...
Yeah,
maybe.
Because you've had some great truths from Peach that you can definitely pass on.
I don't think I see myself... I don't think I could be an agent. I think I could be maybe set some kind of mentorship.
A consultant of some kind.
Yeah, that type of thing, but I don't think I could, because there's more to an agent than just helping.
Oh yeah.
There's
I need to get either PJ on here or I'd love to get either Nikki Jenner, even Ash is kicking some serious goals in the agency, even Steph over in Greyboy. I'd love to get some agents on here just for them to kind of spit it out there.
And then, because then that's another side of the industry that they see,
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, hey, that was epic.
That was...
Podcasts aren't that bad, right?
No, they're not that bad.
Yeah. That's mad. All right, well, everybody, Lauren Kate Seymour. She's back. She's here to stay. She's getting married.
I am. And I'm bringing London choreographers to Australia.
Yeah, hectic. We'll watch out for that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap that up. Bye.